Okay. Oh, welcome, 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 all of you lovely souls. It's so exciting to have you here and to just, well, let's see the vision in and to launch this sacred fertility and birth sanctuary. So I'm very grateful that you're all here to celebrate this launch. So whether you're on your own fertility journey or your birthing journey, and perhaps you're supporting families, or you're just feeling drawn to this space of sacred healing, transformation, this community of support, just to know that you are deeply valued and honored wherever you are in your journey. So today is IMBOLC, which is the Celtic festival, marking the first stirrings of spring, the awakening of life, and that promise of renewal. And the word IMBOLC, for those that don't know, it means in the belly of the mother. And it speaks of this kind of hidden potential, much like pregnancy, just beginning to show. And this sacred time invites us to clear out old and make space for new beginnings, to plant seeds of what we wish to grow. So it felt like it was really an important day. And that's partly because today is also the festival of St Brigid, and I'm definitely bringing my Irish roots today. So she was loved as a pagan goddess, and her worship was woven into the Christian church as St Brigid. And I don't know if you know, but it was only just in the last few years that she was actually honoured and celebrated on this day, the 1st of February, St Brigid's Day. And they actually have a bank holiday in Ireland to honour her. So it's a start with bringing the sacred feminine back. So, but I think it's only been maybe 3 years, I think it is. So St Brigid's Day is a powerful time for renewal, as I said, inspiration, new beginnings. And here we are coming together to honour that energy. So whether it's calling in new life, supporting others, or just deepening our own healing and wisdom, all welcome. So St. Brigid is the goddess of healing, fertility, and midwifery. So it just seems like it's perfect. She is the guardian of birth and rebirth and new life, as well as being a goddess of healing, poetry, and smithcraft. So she is a goddess of fire, of the sun and the hearth. And so in her honor, I'm launching today, which aligns with my work and the energy of rebirth, birth, fertility, inspiration, and of course the return of the light. For the spring, spring is in the air, but not quite yet. Some of the daffodils are popping up, but so that's who I am. Maybe if you just have a little moment just to pop in the chat where you're coming from and whether if you're happy to share, whether you're on your fertility journey, or whether you're working with families, or whether you're just interested to know more. Just let other people know where you're coming from because not everybody knows each other. Just
Huh? Well,
know where you are, Rita.
yeah, I was like, oh God, let me find this chat thing then.
I mean, you can say it out loud if you want to, if you prefer.
Well, probably works faster
Yeah,
in my
go on
time.
then. Go on then. Tell us where you are and what drew you here.
Yeah, so I am in Ireland, in Dublin. So you are right. Yes, I think this is the third year when St. Brigid's Day is honored. And I'm in your fabulous group of Power of Eight. And this was one of our intentions. So I'm delighted to be here and to support the journey because it's much needed. And you are the best woman for it. So
Oh, bless you. Thank you for being here, Rita. Thank you for being here. Amazing. We got something in the chat here. Is that Anne in Cheltenham, antenatal and postnatal teacher and coach? Oh, and so much more, Anne. Anybody else like to share? No pressure, but you can speak if you rather and put it in the chat. No. Oh, Becky, yes, from snowy southern Ontario. Two nieces due this summer, 5 days apart. We'll be supporting them both. Oh my goodness, 5 days apart. Wow. Wow. So you'll be a great aunt then, Becky. How exciting. How exciting. Oh, maybe we get the timings right. Maybe they'll come and join some of the circles. We'll see. Oh, lovely. Okay. Um, so I want to, so is anybody else, anybody else? That's okay. So I thought what I would do, I was just talk to you a little bit about how this how this was birthed. It's not quite birthed yet, but it's about to be. Um, Actually, Anne was at this event last May. I was at a one-woman conference, and one of the exercises was to visualize what the future looked like. And I had this most incredible image, but it was basically in 7 generations' time. And basically, it was where people had healed from their trauma, people were living in community, people were more ready to share their gifts. They People were connected to the earth, they were connected to the stars, just like we used to be. All of the old came back, really. And that was a visual that I got. And really, I don't know if you can see behind me that I've got my book, which I think most of you have probably read. Um, and in that book, I had no idea what was happening with that book, but it just is kind of all unfolding since, slowly, slowly. But I feel that this is probably where it's been leading me to. And then that visual of these of the and this feeling, I can't really describe it. This feeling that there are many of these high vibrational souls coming in. They are going to be the adults of the future who are going to change all of this up. You know, we're going through these kind of darker times, but in preparation for these children. And some of the messages that came through in my book, for those of you who have read it, is that, you know, these children are really serious about really not wanting to come into the trauma that we've all come into. They're like, no, I want an easy runway in. And so that's kind of led me to ancestral healing. Some people here are actually doing that, have done the training with me, and they'll be rolling that out this year. Because it's for me, it's all about making a difference for the souls that are coming in. And I kept kind of hearing in meditation that we were moving into a stage where we would be birthing many more souls of the Jesus generation. So these kind of divine souls coming really on mission, no messing about, really here on mission. And so, you know, that's kind of how I've been working and supporting families with this vision, really, the stuff that came through in my book, which I wasn't expecting, and really just working towards. I'm not really doing this work for me. I suppose I'm laying the ground for my children and my future grandchildren and for the world. So I feel like from a child, I often felt that I was here for something bigger, but I didn't really know what that was. And it's really taken almost most of my into my 50s realizing that, oh, that's why you're here. It's still unfolding, I feel like it's really important. And as I said, it's not for me, it's for the future. And when I got that visual, really strong visual back last May, it was like I kept seeing it like a golden future. And interestingly, last week I was in a shop and I saw these cards. I have pulled one already, called The Golden Future. And it's by some of you might know her, Diana Cooper. She's written lots of spiritual books. And then I found the book, and what she writes about in her book, this is actually the an oracle card deck, but in her book she talks about this golden future and what it's going to be like here in 2050. And I'm going to be 80 then. So I'm really hoping that I'm going to still be of sound mind and to start this ball rolling. Anyway, that's kind of it. But basically, this space, I feel, so it currently is an online space. I did ask for funding, but I didn't meet the funding goals, and I thought, oh, shall I just stop because I haven't got the funding goals, or shall I find another way to do this? So I am starting as an online sanctuary, and then as it grows, I am planning to have in-person workshops and retreats, and hopefully with a bit more travel involved, so that I can go to different parts of the UK and different parts of wherever the world, uh, basically. Um, so really, this space has been born from this kind of deep knowing, really, that fertility, conception, pregnancy and birth, and motherhood, that they are sacred initiations. They're not just biological processes. And it's my hope in the sanctuary to become a place of healing, to connect with our inner wisdom and this remembrance. So almost like a bridge, if you like, between the ancient ways and the modern world. I feel like it's a new initiative which is aimed at transforming the way that we view and experience fertility, birth, and motherhood in a time when certainly maternity care is under increasing pressure. So I don't think I said this, but most of you know, but I am actually a midwife. I don't practice anymore as a midwife. I feel like I'm midwifing souls to their higher missions. Um, but anyway, for those of you that know or may not know that, the current state of maternity care often leaves women feeling that they're very unsupported, they often feel disconnected, and really this is during one of the most sacred times in their lives. We are seeing rising intervention rates in birth. We're increasing in cesarean sections, and I'm not against cesarean sections, but in London, one part of East London, we had there is now a 60% cesarean section rate of cesarean sections. Now, I'm not against cesarean sections. People will always need to have cesareans, but not that many. So you have to wonder what is it that's happening? It's because it's all become so medicalized. Fertility's become very medicalized, and birthing has become very medicalized as well. We're seeing an increase in women feeling completely traumatized by birth and not having these sacred initiations. So that means that the postnatal depression rate has gone up and we are having lower breastfeeding rates. Now, when you couple all of that with staff shortages, it means that the clinical nature of the care can be really difficult for women to feel empowered or heard. And so many women come out of those experiences through the fertility journey and through birth, just feeling completely disempowered. And I suppose it is all those years of working. I see lots of women postnatally. Sorry? Somebody say something? You had a voice? No? Must be myself. Um, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So the idea of the sanctuary is to begin to address a gap. So being able to offer more of a holistic, spiritual, and emotional support to complement the physical care that people receive. So the last 18 months, I've been very much guided to sacred sites. And I feel that during those times, I've been gathering up the inspiration, gathering up the wisdom from these diverse traditions. And when I was about it must be about 2 years ago now, when I was in Egypt, I just kept having these kind of divine downloads about how we needed to bring sound and color back to birthing and fertility, using those as healing modalities. So when I was in India, which was just in October, I was guided to start a ministry. I was told that I was to uh, start a modern day ministry, which completely freaked me out. I didn't feel very comfortable with it at all because I thought, well, there was a lot of religious connotations and I don't know I don't quite know how I feel about that. Anyway, I gave it some time after I returned from India, and I was really feeling called to create a space where, this bridge is I'm more of a bridge with the mind, body, and soul, helping women to heal, to reclaim their power, and to align with their fertility and birth goals. And I'd seen it a lot over many years working with women in birth, and the stories that I hear from women who've been on their fertility journey, they have the baby, and then the challenges that they face in the early weeks and months of mothering. So it's trying to bring all of that together so that women feel supported. So I just feel that for too long, our journeys to conception and motherhood have become medicalized, more and more so. We're disconnected from the spiritual essence, from their inner wisdom, and there's such a culture of fear, which is really overwhelming for everybody, really, but particularly for women on their fertility and birth journeys. Um, I believe and we know that they are, but we've just lost this within our society, that they are actually sacred rites of passage, and we're really not honoring them. So it's about bringing more of that knowledge and that wisdom to the sanctuary as well, to I suppose really to awaken this lost wisdom and, if you like, restore the soul's role, if you like, in conception and to hold women in a space of deep healing. So the space is kind of offering healing for fertility. So that is in a sacred support circle. There's energetic transmissions to awaken and align women's womb spaces, to clear past traumas, ancestral healing as well, which helps to clear generational trauma, which actually opens up the path to conception and to motherhood, because we carry so many imprints from our ancestors, but also from our own birth experiences that we're bringing into that experience. So the plan is to have online gatherings. I'm starting with a fertility circle and a pregnancy circle because the needs of the women are different. And but in all of them, it will be about connecting more to our inner wisdom. It's a space for women to feel held and nurtured and supported. Lots of women on their fertility journey feel like it all becomes about timings and appointments, and no one's really holding much space for the emotional aspects. And so that's what I hope to bring in the sanctuary, to really hold space for that. And for women, obviously, in their pregnancy journeys, but it can be really challenging for women on their fertility journey. And it's my hope, I'm not quite there yet, but it's my hope that there will be more courses and teaching. So sharing the wisdom. Also, around spirit baby communication. My book was all about spirit baby communication, having never experienced before writing it any experiences, but really understanding now that these souls really want to connect with their parents before they even conceive, to make it a smoother transition for women to feel like that when they're birthing, that they're doing it together with their baby. It's not them separate. And the babies really are keen to start that communication before. So it, it feels like it's a new concept. I remember when I first started midwifery in the early 90s, and people thought hypnobirthing was the weirdest thing. And now practically every pregnant person goes to a hypnobirthing class before birth. So it's like the vision. Just have to keep seeing it. It's not yet, and not everybody's going to understand it and get it, but it's that it feels like it's kind of down the line, really.
Can I share something, Alison?
Yes, please do. Yes,
Sorry, I was driving earlier, so I
that's
couldn't
okay.
join in.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
I'm also, I'm also in Alison's Power of Eight, and I've seen a therapist who's used Havening, which is trauma based thing to help me through a miscarriage. But there was something else that you said when you were saying what you wanted the centre to be there for, and there's something I think that's worth you considering. When I've supported women through maternity nursing and nannying, I find lots of instances where people have been on the fertility journey and they get pregnant and have their baby, and where they've wanted it so much, they put so much pressure on themselves that they're far more likely to get postnatal depression.
Yeah. No,
And I
absolutely.
think and I think it's really something to consider, the support for that as well as a separate entity. And
Yeah,
by the way, I want to be involved.
yeah.
But you probably knew that was coming anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. And it's really interesting because it just in the last month, all of the women I've seen, which must be maybe 25 women, have all been on a fertility journey. So I don't know whether I'm just kind of calling them in energetically and having
I think so.
challenges at so not only lots of challenges to get pregnant, but actually you've got what you wanted now, but actually there's still so much underneath it that can come up. So, the idea is to try to get people to do the healing before they become parents. So that
Yeah,
some of that, so that because it comes up, and I mean, I have always thought that myself, that when we become parents, it's like someone holds a mirror up and it's like whatever you haven't looked at, it's going to show
it's
itself.
there.
And it's
It's
either when
gonna,
you've got a newborn, when you've got a toddler, when you've got a teenager, it comes up at some point. So that's because we're walking around with our own unhealed wounds and they get triggered. And so that's the kind of core part, is really helping people to heal emotionally, and it's often core wounding, feeling like they, like an abandonment wound, or not having a positive relationship with their mothers. That seems to feature a lot for women who are on their fertility journey, that the relationship with their mother. And so if your relationship with your mother is very challenging, there could potentially be some underlying fears about becoming a mother, because I don't want to become like that kind of thing, that kind of
Yeah.
vibe going on. So it's so loaded. There's so much to it. There's so much more than just having a baby. It's so, really very much so. But
Also, uh, the other thing I would think about is those who've had a loss and then managing to get pregnant again and having that support for that.
yeah, yeah. And that's very stressful, because they spend a whole pregnancy feeling quite stressed that they're going to have another loss. So it makes it, it can be really, really, really tricky. Yeah. So thank you for raising those issues, Helen. Yeah, I mean, they're
Well,
important.
I just thought I wanted to share, but it felt really important for me to be able to share that. But I was driving at the point you were saying it, so I couldn't. Now
Oh,
I'm
it's
safe
fine.
because I pulled
Fine.
over.
It's fine. And I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I don't know whether it's, that it ends up being that there are lots of services through the sanctuary. I don't know. I really don't know how it looks. I'm just taking each step as it comes. But I trust that it will unfold as it's meant to.
The other thing that I wanted to say is I'm literally driving back from Glastonbury. I went to Glastonbury for IMBOLC, so I was there in the White Spring for the ceremony, so it was all dark, and then Bridget came in, and I haven't necessarily felt that pull from Bridget before, but when I went round to put flowers in front of her shrine, it was like she's holding her hand out to me.
Oh,
Yeah, really?
amazing.
I'm
Amazing.
quite choked up.
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. I really feel, I mean, I don't know if other people do, but I really feel her presence. I'm going to lead you into meditation in a short while, but I just wanted to give you a sense of, what this is all about, really. Um, so I feel that part of this is about helping women to reclaim, and us, sacredness of their bodies, babies, and the birth journeys, place to heal, listen to the whispers of the womb, to our babies, and just stepping into that full power of creation. Um, I suppose, yeah, I talked about lots of that. So it's not just about fertility and birth, it's about healing at all stages of life, right? Remembering the wisdom of our ancestors, reclaiming the sacredness of creation in all its forms, and also holding space for ourselves and others as we journey through the cycles of life. So, before we go into the meditation, I would like to show you my website, if I can get it up. And I'd like to, well, I've got to share, it means I've got to share screen, doesn't it? That's always a bit worrying. We see the state of my, right, hold on. Um, Sorry, I've put that up too early. Sorry, goodness me. Where are we? Share screen, don't judge me. Here she goes. So this is the launch of the website. Anyway, so here we are. Oops, let me just. We're still in the back office. I'm going to officially launch it in a few minutes. So your journey to motherhood starts here. Sacred fertility, sacred pregnancy, and sacred birth, nurturing life's beginnings in body, mind, and soul. And then I just introduce myself. Hold on. It's about us. This is all about me and my mission, some of which I've already explained to you. And then these are the offerings that I have currently. So the Sacred Fertility Support Circle. So this is for women on their fertility journey. Perhaps they've experienced loss, just a place to be held, to express how they feel. Havening is the tool that I use, an emotional tool that I use to help women to, for their nervous systems to calm, if you like, and to heal any emotions that are there, and well, just trust that that will unfold as it need to. Then we have the Sacred Pregnancy Circle, which is for women who are pregnant. Just once a month. These groups will be once a month. And again, just bringing more of that sacredness, really helping women to connect with their intuition, because I really feel that that's what's missing. I have tried to change a system within it. I've tried to change a system outside of it. And now what's left, I think, is to empower the women. Empower the women so much that they completely trust their instinct. So no matter what is being said, what they're being told, they trust themselves. So because sadly there is so much fear around birthing, and if we don't do this, something might happen to your baby, and it's just like that all of the time, and it's really stressful. I mean, now they're starting to even start. I mean, I've heard about three of these this week, inducing women at 37 weeks. You just think to leave them alone, leave them alone. I mean, the evidence is showing that it's almost 50% of first-time mothers are having to be induced. And that's not because there's something wrong with women's bodies, it's the system in which they're birthing in. Yeah. So that's my hope, is to empower women to really begin to trust themselves. I'm prepared to have a go. That's what I'm doing. Then, of course, we have Spirit Baby communication sessions, which is really about connecting with the soul. These souls are wise. They are coming on a mission. They often have answers as to why there might be a delay. They have answers as to why there might be a loss. They have answers as to maybe why they're choosing not to come right now. So many of these souls, with the state of the world, so many of them, they're hovering. Like, am I coming or not? I'm not sure. And sometimes just having an understanding almost what their soul purpose is, so that you can guide them when they eventually come earthside. So ancestral alchemy healing is the healing tool that I use for ancestral healing, and this is it's a spiritual tool. It's very deep, and it basically, I want to say it in short, it's complex. Basically, it's a spiritual tool, and basically you are healing the energetic imprints that go from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. So you go in really deep with this tool. Um, and I've started to now have couples coming, so like both couples wanting to clear both lines. So there's two healings, clearly healing the mother line and then the father line. But now there are fathers also coming saying, can I have my two lines cleared as well? Just to make it easier for these little souls to come. And then I'm offering Reiki healing for fertility, birth and beyond. And then my signature program is the Fertility Alignment Program, which is an 8-week program. And that's really, well, I'll show you, because I probably won't say it all out loud. But so the Fertility Alignment Program is really about understanding and healing our own birth imprints, healing our inner child, or at least addressing what happened to us as children that might be impacting and playing out in our fertility journey and birthing journeys, and even early motherhood. So healing any birth trauma or pregnancy loss, the energetic alignment. So this is about aligning body, mind, and soul with the energy of conception, helping people to connect with their inner wisdom, and trusting their body's innate wisdom. And then the ancestral healing is part of that. And then helping parents to connect with their spirit baby. And also this reclaiming the rites of passage and the power of the womb. So we do womb connection, and then making a plan moving forward for parents. So that's my signature program. And then my book is on there. And what else is on there? My book is on there. I've got an online course which is in partnership with the Sacred Birth Centre in Glastonbury. And I haven't quite put it together, but my plan is to do a kind of, not sure what it's going to be called yet, but a kind of chakra balancing for fertility as well. And then there will eventually be in-person workshops and retreats. So I feel, although I know this, I'm not sure there's many people doing this. There's little snippets of it. We just have to see how it grows. I trust that I've been put on this path for a reason. I haven't done all that traveling for no reason, and I trust that it's going to take time, a bit like hypnobirthing took time. And I'm looking at Anne particularly because she does hypnobirthing. But I do remember it was the weirdest thing when women were hypnobirthing in the early 90s, and people were so against it. The midwives thought it was all just, crazy. And now everybody goes. So give me 25 years, but yes. So that's the launch in, that's the website in short. I don't know if you've got any comments or anything. Anyone like to say? And I'm doing a lot of talking, but
Oh, it's beautiful, Alice, and I love the photographs. It's really lovely, very powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I really struggled with the pictures actually, Anne, because there was like, I could have AI images or I could have other images. And it didn't really feel like anything was really hitting the spot. And then I thought, what do I do that other people don't do? And I thought, I always make altars for my clients. So then I
Beautiful.
thought, I will make altars because it brings in the sacredness. So,
Yeah,
uh, so
really lovely.
yeah, so thank you. So I think I'm ready to push the button on the publish. I'm gonna press go. Let's see what happens. Nothing will happen right away, will it? But they won't all come flooding in right away. So you'll be seeing me on the socials, probably annoying everybody, but I can see how consistency is the key. Yay, my site is live. So you can find it there at www.sacredfertilityandbirthsanctuary.com. So you can have a look at that a bit later. And I will be sending you an email after, which is a free gift. And I've done it as just as an alignment. So it's not fertility or birth related. It's for all of us really. You take from it what you want. So I want you to have that. So I'll send that in an email afterwards. I'm going to come out of the stop share. And what am I going to do next? Oh, now I'm going to do the meditation. That's what I'm going to do. Has anyone got any questions? I don't know, anything, I don't know, buzzing around?
No questions, Alison. It's just so needed. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you, I've been battling away. You sit inside, gave up with trying to do it in the inside. Yeah, and I'm doing more trauma healing now, and using that. And I don't really want to be doing that. It's necessary, but I
Yeah.
like want to do the preventative stuff.
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly. Oh, so we must connect, Anne. I mean, I just feel like, I feel like this isn't just my, all right, I might have founded it, but it feels like it's going to be a community of, I don't even know what it looks like. We're the founders, we're the forebearers.
I
It'll
think
happen. It'll happen. And maybe we need to be this age to well, I'm a lot older than you, but it's maybe that needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized recently, because society would have you think, what's the point of having women in menopause? What's the point
Yeah,
of having them? And actually, there's a big point to having them because they're the grandmothers of society. And we are the ones, not all of you on this call, are the ones taking the wisdom forward for our children, great grandchildren as well. So
absolutely.
it
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
important. It is important. Yeah. Yeah. So,
I
um,
I find that as well when I support mothers, like new mothers, like if I'm a maternity nurse or nannying, and I'm like, some of the mums like, oh, I experienced that when I experienced that. It's like, have you done anything about that? Have you talked about that? I had one woman who's virtually at the point of being psychotic with her postnatal depression. What support have you had?
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Very
and
often,
she's
not
like,
much.
and the answer, yeah, that's exactly what she said. Well, I got a chance to talk the birth through with my midwife. It's like, did that help? She goes, well, not really. I said, so what do you want to do about it? And I've actually given her Sarah's number because I knew you were very absorbed with this at the moment. So I gave her Sarah's number because I think she needs to deal with it fast
Yeah.
because I think it's part of the postnatal depression. But I see that a lot. I see parents not bonding with their baby and
Yeah.
that sort of thing as well. It manifests in so many different ways,
Yeah,
and
and I
it's
think
sad.
I think because people like, people who work in a hospital, they don't see what happens postnatally. They have no idea what happens. There's a live baby, off you go. You've got your baby now, off you go. But they're not really considering how that, well, they don't know. They don't understand what it's like. So maybe it is about, I don't know, bringing more attention to it somehow.
But I think the thing about them being they're discharged so quickly, whereas in the olden days they were in for 10 days.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
were like, if there was an issue, it was starting to show before they were discharged, so that they could get the support.
Yeah.
But because they're shut out so fast, and there's not the same care as there was,
Yeah.
it's being missed. I think there's NHS is so stretched, so
Yeah.
you're needed to come in and
Yeah.
sort of help the women connect.
Yeah. The issue is whether the women, because often they don't realize it's what they need until afterwards, and that's the challenge of this work really is
Yeah.
uh yeah, yeah. What can I say? I'm trying. We'll try.
You
We'll
are
try.
trying, but
Together
you're
we'll
one woman
try.
in you're
Yes.
one woman in a million.
Yeah. Well, together we'll try. Together we'll get there. I can't do it alone. It
That's not,
needs
it's
like a
okay. I'm right there with you, darling.
10-pronged approach. It needs. But if we empower the women where they're just going, no, sorry, I don't want that. Thanks. Thanks for that offer, but no thanks. And I know a lot of us are working in that field already that are on the call. I'm going to lead into the meditation in a moment, but I just realized uh, I missed some introductions. So I'm just going to go back a little. So Joe, I support women with womb wisdom in the form of womb healing, womb blessings, and soul healing. So needed. I also work with men and want to bring the balance of more men into the womb blessing energies to receive the divine feminine and more. Wow. There, yeah.
Already welcome. It's really amazing that they're already welcome. So I don't know if anyone's come across the Worldwide Womb Blessing community that Miranda Gray set up
Yeah.
back in 2013. And yeah, more and more they're encouraging men to be held in that divine feminine energy as well. And I just think it's beautiful. And I did put later on that I've got lots of ideas how we could link up, but one of those is I'm offering the free circles online this year. If you want to link that
Oh,
to your
fantastic.
page and just do that's for free. Yeah, so I can send that to you, but I've written that further down the chat because I was just really excited that there are things that we could already start linking up that are available. Next one's 12th of February.
Oh,
So,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Okay.
right.
yeah.
We'll all be there then, Joe.
Yeah, well, you can
Yeah.
join for free from home, but I'm going to be running a circle online for free for each event if people want to be guided, if people can do the time and
Wow.
just, yeah, I just think
Wow.
it's so fun.
How do we join it? Can you send a link?
Yeah, I can send a link. You can either just join, if I put two links, I'll put the link just to wombblessing.com, which is anyone can join that from all around the world. It's a global
Right.
network, and I'll put it in the link. But I'm also doing free circles. There'll be UK time. So at 6 p.m. on the 12th of February, I'm going to do one online, and I can put a link for signing up for that as well if you want me to, or I can give it to Alison if she'd
Yes,
rather.
I'll put it in the email actually, Joe. If you send it
Yeah,
to me, I'll put it
yes,
in the email.
that'd be
beautiful.
brilliant. Yeah.
And if you're happy, I'm happy to put it on the website. And then, I mean, then we start this ball rolling, don't we? Just doing
I
something
didn't want to
to,
jump the gun, but I was so excited. I was like, well, I can put that there already and
oh,
add it in. And when you said it needs all of us, I thought, right, I'm going to go for it and just
yeah,
share
Don't,
and
yeah.
offer things.
don't hold back.
Yes, excellent. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you.
So you've put that in there. I mean, you can put the
I
link
will.
in there now, but I'll send it to people anyway uh in the um in the email that I'm sending.
Um, I've got to go in a minute, so I'm going to miss the meditation because I'm babysitting at 7 o'clock.
Okay. I have recorded
Um,
Helen, so I can send you this.
that's brilliant because
Yeah.
I'm about to look after 3-week-old triplets.
Oh, good luck with that then. All right. Okay. All right, lovely. Take care, Helen.
When I go, I'll just go quietly. I'm
Yeah.
just warning you now. So
Yeah.
don't think I'm not interested. Just know that's why I've got to leave.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just oh, sorry, now I've got yeah.
I'll mute myself now so I don't disturb
Okay,
anyone.
lovely. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Really appreciate your support. I somewhere had where's it gone? Word document. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I had my meditation, the start of my meditation here. So I feel like I feel like the excitement is building, and um, I want to now just so I will again. I'm doing some special offers if any of you are interested, or you've got clients that are interested, which I will put in the email that you can forward if you like, just for a short period. And I'm just going to invite you now to, if you wish, to just light a little candle, and that would just be to just set some sacred space. You'll notice I've got my altar behind me. I'll just give you a moment just to do that. I was just calling in the energy of Brigid for this. In fact, I'm going to light another one. It's interesting. Earlier on, I had to light 3 candles. The wick just disappeared. So I've got one behind me, but I'm just going to light another one now. And just cleanse the space. Done it all before, but I'll give you all a bit of angelic canopy. We'll need a bit of that. Okay, so I'll just invite you now just to settle into a comfortable position. I'll invite you to just close your eyes. Just taking a few deep breaths. Just breathing in and exhaling. And just feel your body beneath you, on the chair or the bed, wherever you are. And just feel your body relaxing. Your shoulders softening. And your heart opening. And with each breath, just imagine yourself arriving more fully into this sacred space. As if stepping into a warm, welcoming temple. Place where you're held, nurtured, and supported. Now, as you rest in this sacred space, take a moment to set an intention. Maybe an intention for yourself, for your journey, for the families you support, or simply an invitation for clarity and guidance. And you may wish to call in new life, deeper trust, or the wisdom to walk your path with grace. Now envision yourself standing in a vast open landscape. The air is crisp with the promise of spring. The earth beneath you feels rich with possibility. Before you, a great fire burns. This is Brigid's fire, an eternal fire of wisdom, creativity, and life force. A sacred flame, ancient and eternal, tended by the goddess Brigid herself. This is the fire of inspiration, renewal, and life's sacred cycles. See the fire burn before you, flickering with gentle, radiant light. Feel the warmth of the fire on your skin and see how it flickers and dances. As you stand before the flame, take a moment to reflect. What do you wish to release? Old fears, doubts, or anything that feels heavy on your heart? Anything that stops you from stepping forward into your own renewal? Imagine placing them now into the fire, watching as they transform into smoke, dissolving into the night sky. as you see them dissolve, feeling lighter, freer, and more open to the new that wishes to emerge. If you're here for fertility, see the golden flame igniting the spark of creation within you. If you're here as a supporter, see the flame lighting the way for those you serve, bringing warmth, strength, and divine protection. Brigid, the goddess of fertility, healing, and inspiration, stands at the threshold of winter and spring, carrying the light of renewal. She brings warmth where there was cold, new beginnings where there was stillness, and healing where there was longing. Just pause for a moment to just release anything that you need into the fire. And sense Brigid stepping forward with a message, a blessing of light and life. My daughters, my sisters, my keepers of the sacred flame, you are the vessels of life, the weavers of creation, the guardians of ancient wisdom. Within you burns the fire of transformation, the light that has never dimmed. I bless your wombs, whether they hold life, loss, or longing. I bless your hearts, where love flows as a sacred river. I bless your voices, so they may rise in truth and power. May you walk in strength, knowing you are never alone. May your path be lit with clarity and courage. May your soul be nourished by the eternal flame, always guiding you home. Rise, radiant ones, for you are the embodiment of the divine. And as Brigid steps forward, her presence is radiating warmth and wisdom. She places a hand on your heart, her touch like sunlight melting through ice. She whispers to you, sharing a message meant only for you. Listen closely. What does she say? And she now offers you a gift, a symbol of your renewal. It may be an image, a word, or a feeling, or even a spark of inspiration. Whatever appears, trust that it holds meaning for your path ahead. Take a moment to receive this blessing. Allow it to settle deep within your heart, knowing that you carry it with you always. As we prepare to return, feel the golden flame now, settling into your own heart, a source of strength and inspiration that will guide you forward. Know that you are never alone. Brigid's fire burns in your heart, in your hands, and in the sacred work you do, and in the life you are creating, whatever form that may take. Sense your path being illuminated. Just taking in a deep breath. And as you exhale, begin to bring awareness back to this space. Maybe your fingers and toes. Gently stretch. And when you feel ready, opening your eyes, carrying this warmth and renewal within you. All okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I just got this little message that, it's actually a channeled message when I connected in. So I'd just like you to just take a moment, just receive this. Felt like it was from Brigid. Welcome, beloved ones. Today you stand at the threshold of a sacred space, born from love, vision, and deep devotion to the divine feminine. This sanctuary is not just a place, it is a vessel for healing, transformation, and connection. It is a call back to the sacredness of fertility, birth, and motherhood, honoring the journeys that bring life into this world. You are here because you are part of this sacred weaving, whether you are seeking healing, guidance, or simply to witness this moment. Your presence is deeply meaningful. Together, we are reigniting the ancient wisdom of the mothers who came before us, calling forth their strength and grace to nurture the paths ahead. As you step into this space, may you feel held, supported, and inspired. This sanctuary is a reminder that every life, every story, every birth is sacred. It is a place where the divine and the earthly meet, where the wounds of the past can be soothed and the seeds of new beginnings can flourish. Today we light a flame, not just for this sanctuary, but for each of you, for your dreams, your healing, and the sacred journeys you carry. Let this light remind you of your own divine power, your ability to create, and the sacredness within you. So as we come to a close, let us embark on a journey of reclaiming, remembering, and honouring the essence of life itself. And it is my deep gratitude to thank you for being here, sharing in this moment of transformation. And I believe that you're all part of this sacred story, however it unfolds. And I'm just deeply grateful. And please reach out if you've got some ideas about, I don't know, how we do this. I mean, Joe's already come up with an amazing one. Then, let's find ways to do this. So thank you. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything, add anything. I mean, eventually I will be at some point training other people to do what I do. I mean, some of you are already doing what I do. And that's the hope that it ripples out, it starts to ripple out, more people doing this work. Yeah. Anyone got anything they'd like to say before they go? Thank you
No,
so much for being here.
thank you, Alison. That's just really wonderful. You've helped me to kind of get that flame to jump up a little bit more, because sometimes it goes, oh,
Yeah.
it feels like an uphill struggle, and you think, oh, if only
Yeah.
I could get to not get to them. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But just awaken that
Yeah.
something deep inside women say, actually, where the hell are we going? We need to
Yes.
do something for ourselves and
Yeah.
not rely on,
No, absolutely. So don't be a stranger, Anne. I might
Oh,
even come to Cheltenham because I'm not sure if it was you that told me, but there's a goddess sanctuary there, or goddess, not a cat sanctuary, goddess, what is it? Goddess house.
I think there's
Is it
uh,
Stroud?
it's Stroud, I think, because and there's also at Hawkwood, there's the source of the Thames there as well. So Hawkwood is lovely. So yeah, let's
Let's
meet
do
up there
something.
because
Don't
I
be a
think
stranger.
we love it there. And yeah, the energies feel to me really right, but it's just how do we get these women to awaken? That's what we need.
Yeah.
These wee souls, can you attract the wee souls? Say, look,
Yeah, well, the souls,
take
I
them
mean,
up.
some of them are choosing not to come. It's like you have to come on. I think it's part, I mean, lots of women on their fertility journey, they do seem to have awakening journeys because it's like there's more to this, isn't there? And they do awaken. That hot, because their challenging journey to motherhood is often part of their soul purpose. Yeah, the mother's soul purpose. And it can be awful when you're in it and when it's long and challenging and can't get answers. It's so frustrating. But it is for women to see that they are so much more than they think they are.
Absolutely, and not to listen to what's the chatter that's going on
So much.
around
So,
about us. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Anne. Deirdre, you're on there. Hello. See you blending in the background.
That's me. Congratulations. I'm
Thank
very
you.
excited. Very excited.
Yeah, thank you. So,
So yeah, so I'm in the west of Ireland for anyone that doesn't know me, which you probably don't. But I'm in the wild west of Ireland, and yeah, very very passionate about birth and end of life as well. So yeah, I've done a lot of writing about Celtic, kind of story and the landscape. So I've done a lot of writing about that in the past year, actually. So yeah, so I set up a global village of midwives and nurses virtually, and we've written a book on birth stories.
oh,
But I do feel that there's a huge change in the energy, I have to be honest, and I've trained with Alison on different courses about trauma. I love neuroscience, but I think it's all about connecting to the landscape. And
yeah.
the Sheila na gig and Brigid and the wells and the sacred sites, so I have a huge respect. I always felt a connection to the earth, but I think with the writings of John O'Donoghue, and I've written a lot since, I think it's definitely a huge, perfect timing for this sanctuary, and I think I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, bless you.
But yeah,
I've got full body shivers when you shared all that, Deirdre. I mean,
well,
it's just what we need, isn't it?
I've been at this, for years, but I think there is an awakening, and I think really the soul journey is saying, well, I'm not going to arrive until there's a bit of work done. I mean, you can feel that, I can anyway, you can feel that. So so anything at all that you need to support, I'm your biggest fan. If you need
thank you,
on,
Deirdre.
Celtic, whatever, or Sheila na gig, there's plenty of sites here near me. So there's wells and trees and hawthorn and you name it. But yeah, so a retreat would be lovely over here. You're welcome. My door is open.
Oh, bless you. So it sounds like the sanctuary might be going to Ireland then.
Yeah, come on, girls, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm thrilled for you, absolutely. And it's well deserved. You've put a lot of work, a lot of energy into this, and I'm really excited. Yeah, very excited for you.
Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you.
Yeah.
Took me a long time to get there, but now I just got to go up now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Really appreciate your support.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? Becky's got a big smile on her face. Don't have to say anything. Oh, honestly, my heart is full, and thank you so much for being here. You've put them in, haven't you, Joe? The links.
Yeah, I've put the links in. I'll send you a message. I've got lots of ideas. I'm
Oh,
not going to tell you what
perfect.
they are here.
Perfect. Let's really.
Those links are happening like imminently, so please share things like that. I'll email them to you so we can spread them a bit
Yeah,
further.
okay. Okay, and do they have kind of own logo, I suppose, worldwide. Well, if I put it on, I'll email you.
Email me because they've got their own logo, and yeah, it's beautiful. There's loads of information on the website, so I can send you some logos and things that I have to add with it.
Yeah, perfect. I just put a new page on the website. I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
why not? I just think it's so wonderful. It already runs. It's been running for what is that, 13 years, 14
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
It's global. I love it's global. And when I connect in, I've been doing it for 12 years myself. And
Wow.
when you connect in, it is like you're seeing these beacons of light. It's all with women of the world connecting womb to womb and connecting with the earth. And then you connect womb to womb in the blessing energies. And it does feel like you're just creating this grid of light around
Oh,
the earth,
amazing.
into the earth. And it
Amazing.
just gives me goosebumps. I love it. So powerful.
And is it
Yeah.
4 times a year, Joe?
4 times a year. So one for each season, and each season there's also a meditation. So this next one for the Northern Hemisphere is renewal of the womb. So it's the renewal of the spring energy. And
Yeah.
then each one is a new one. I can't remember what the next one is after that, but then you've got like the healing of the ancestors that comes later in the year and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, it's all on there. It's beautiful. It's really worth taking a look. And even if you just get inspired by the wording and
yeah,
the fact that some of these things are happening, we can link up. The more I think we can
exactly.
link
I
up.
feel like that's the thing, isn't it? It's like because none of us can do it alone. This thing is
No,
too big, it's what we're faced with is too big to do alone. We need a group. We have, passionate
but what
people
you're
like us.
doing is incredible, and I'm just so excited. And if I can help or support or inspire, then let me know.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Joe. Thank you. Oh, so wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I will send your freebie in the email when I get off here.
Oh, thank you, Alice. That's
All right,
really
lovely.
lovely to meet everybody. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.